Good evening from historic Rupp Arena, where just moments ago, Kentucky basketball wrapped up its first preseason exhibition game of the season. Our friends from Georgetown College, just a county over, made the trip to Rupp Arena to play the Cats. And Georgetown gave UK a game for the first half, but Kentucky pulled away in the second, winning 92-69 with high-scoring efforts from Trey Mitchell, Antonio Reeves, and Rob Dillingham. Drew Franklin here with our KSR Rapid Reaction, the first of, I guess we'll call this the first of the season, even though this is a preseason game. I've got my friend Zach Gagan here. Jack Pilgrim, we're missing you. I hope you're home with the family, enjoying family time with the baby. But Zach and I are going to talk a little ball. Zach, first half we didn't love, but overall I feel like the Cats got a good performance. We saw why they were freshmen early, but overall I think we're walking away pretty pleased with how things went.
Yeah, didn't cover, well, depending on what spread you looked at, I suppose, either covered or didn't cover. Yeah, 1 point lead at halftime was definitely not ideal. KS Board's thread was rocking and rolling, not in a good way, I'd say. People were definitely kind of already pressing the panic button, but 8 freshmen, I guess 5 of them played tonight? Was something like that? Was it 5?
Yeah,
probably
sure.
5 freshmen played tonight. So it definitely took that whole first 20 minutes for them to just get rolling and get into their groove. Cal even said at halftime, he was like, I love this. This is awesome. And Jordan Burks actually, I thought Cal was kind of lying about that. Jordan Burks said after that in the locker room, Cal was like, oh, I love this. This is awesome. And apparently that actually kind of energized them all. They were like, all right, like if Cal likes this, like let's go out there and let's just kind of dominate. So they ran away with it pretty much, from the first 3 or 4 minutes of that second half. You had a 5-0 run by Adu. Antonio Reeves hits a 3. It's a 9-point game, and that's pretty much the game at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Georgetown, credit to them. They brought the most energy. They were here for the fight. Very veteran team, have 8 of 10 rotation players back from last year's Final Four team in the NAIA. That's a tough one to say. Kentucky, lots of freshman mistakes early. We saw some poor shot selection. Calipari called some guys out for trying to do some look-away passes, and just look at the guy, pass it to him. It doesn't need to end up in the stands. But like I said, overall, second half kind of got back together. I feel like the big man issue is going to linger for a long time. I mean, if we are going to have one negative takeaway, I'm very worried about when the basketball gets real if they don't have one of the 7-footers back. But in this game, Trey Mitchell played well. Jordan Burks with great minutes off the bench. Adu played huge. It wasn't a big problem in this one in the second half. Yeah,
eventually the talent and just kind of the overall betterness of Kentucky just kind of won out in the end there. Having the 7-footers is definitely, or not having them is definitely going to be an issue. I told Drew before the game, I was like, the only thing I'd be worried about is if Kentucky gave up 80 points. They gave up 69, which is not nearly as bad as I kind of thought, but the defense is 100% going to be kind of, I guess issue is just the buzzword we'll keep using. It's definitely going to make things a little bit more difficult. Georgetown came out knowing that they could just kind of have their way around the rim, and that was their MO in the first half, and you saw it kind of play out that way. They just abused Kentucky inside until in the second half, UK really used their length to just kind of deter some of those shots a little bit more, and like I said, the overall talent eventually just won out in that regard. But yeah, going to need some 7-footers, that's for sure. We kind of got a weird Big Z update as well. I don't know. I don't know what to think about this guy anymore. He's on the team. He's got a locker room. I feel like that's all we kind of can say at this point, though.
So Cal, again, used the miscommunication word. Is this what we think is? Do we finally have a clear answer, even though the clear answer is miscommunication?
He did say that there was no injury. Apparently that, is still kind of something that's kind of treading water around right now. He's wearing the leg sleeve in the blue-white game, but Cal came out flatly and said no. Like, if he was healthy, he would have played tonight, but it's just an NCAA thing. So he says there's a difference between European guys and the United States trying to, get NCAA eligible that way. So I guess it's just kind of the trials and tribulations of being a Kentucky fan at this point, dealing with big guys that kind of come in late. We just got to hope and see. So it would have been nice to have Aaron Bradshaw out there tonight, I will say.
Hey, definitely. Hey, he was moving around in warm-ups. I mean, he's dancing, did a little layup, light on his feet, no boot. Bradshaw had fun. The fans that were here had fun. Problem is there weren't a lot of them. We're not going to worry about it yet. It's a preseason exhibition game. It's a Friday night with high school football all over the state. Great games here in Lexington. Huge football game tomorrow at Kroger Field. Maybe some people rested up for those morning
Keeneland
bourbons.
Today, too. A lot of double headers.
So many things happening, so we're not going to hold it against them. But it was a pretty rough crowd out here. A little disappointing with that. Two important visitors. You covered a little recruiting. We mentioned big men. One we wish we could have right now is in attendance. Jaden Quaintance from the 2024 class visiting.
Yeah, Jaden Quaintance, the 5-star. He was there with VJ Edgecombe, another 5-star from the 24 class. We saw both of them sitting right behind the UK bench. JQ is a lot easier to spot because his hair is really big and out there, so I saw him immediately. Edgecombe I kind of saw later in the night, but they were both there. They were posting on their Instagram story. Hopefully someone got Jaden's cookie cake situation taken care of, because that was honestly a little bit embarrassing. I still would have eaten the cookie cake. I'm sure he did too, because it looked amazing, but they need to kind of step that up a little bit. So hopefully, I don't know if this game maybe left a positive impact on them. Hopefully it did, and maybe they were in the locker room afterwards, hopefully enjoying all the fun festivities, because we heard a really big Meek Mill session going on in the locker room that we could hear from the interview session, so you were the first to point that out. I
mean, we don't really hear music coming from the UK basketball locker room ever. I was trying to think of a time we hear it blasting.
Not last year.
You don't. I mean,
not last year.
Was there a live Meek Mill concert in the locker room? I think Meek Mill was in there. It was loud. They played the whole song. We're sitting around waiting on Calipari to come out, and we just hear every verse in Dreams and Nightmares, and I love that. We got Philadelphia guys. That's a great song. The football team played it before they beat Lamar in Louisville years ago. It's got some magic around Kentucky. Leave basketball out of it. I think we're back just because we're playing Meek Mill after the game, getting rowdy in there.
Yeah, who needs Waka Flocka, right? Let's rebrand. We get the football team has their thing. The basketball team needs our own. Let's get Meek Mill. Sure, why not?
Got Meek Mill. That brings them back. And one more thing, Cal again confirmed. It's suit season. We're done with the quarter zips. We're done with the pullovers. No more Nike athletic gear on the sidelines. The whole coaching staff is in suits. He did not commit to a tie. He said some games a tie. That's fine. I'm not a big tie guy myself, but I like that Cal's going with the suits. We also have, you can't see them now. They've taken it down, but they've messed up the score tables, and they have like VIP seating now, kind of like the NBA, where they have those 4 seats.
Yes, for the riches.
Yeah, if any of you are super rich, you should get those. They were empty tonight. They should move someone down there.
Half of them were empty. Yeah, so I can't imagine how much those would have cost to come and watch Georgetown College. Probably not worth the amount of money. So
no, not at all. But it was a fun night here. It was good to see Georgetown. They're a tough team. They are making another run at the Final Four. I don't know.
Kentucky players too. The entire roster is Kentucky-born guys, so they had a reason to come out here and play hard, and that's definitely why they smacked Kentucky in the mouth, the entire first half essentially, and they just played harder. Is kind of how it went out. So,
and we love Chris Briggs, good coach. Yeah. Will be for Georgetown moving forward. But we had fun watching our Cats. A couple other real quick nuggets. DJ Wagner, wish we could have gotten a little more out of him. Yeah. If he's going to be the guy, the point guard tonight, certainly wasn't a great first audition, but it's one game, his first game. Won't really overreact to that. Saw Joey Hart for a minute.
Yeah,
that was fun.
He missed a shot. Good for him.
That's fine. Got on the court. Reed Shepard hit his first 3, almost went back to back. I think the building would have blown up if he had hit that second one.
There will be a time. I told you that there will be a time where he hits 3 threes in an SEC game or something, and this place will lose its mind. So I'm actually really looking forward to that. Justin Edwards is kind of continuing on this weird trend of starting out really slow and then picking himself up in the second half like in emphatic fashion, which is good. You'd like to see him maybe hit a little bit more jump shots and just be more consistent from start to finish. But the second half you kind of saw why all the scouts are really high on Justin. Rob had a really good game too. 16 points, I think 5 assists for him. Just I don't know. He's just a completely different person. Yeah, he's fun to watch. I think he had 4 misses. I think all 4 misses were shots where I was like, why on earth would you shoot that? But every time,
he had a bad pull-up long two early in the game.
Yeah, those pull-up long twos. We've seen plenty of those before. So, but then all the 7 makes, you saw the vision. So I was really impressed with what we saw with the guards. They're going to have to really lead this team going forward. Trey Mitchell, I guess we should talk about. He was, I think, 4 for 5 from 3.
Oh yeah,
that guy's a baller. He's a basketball player. How many
leading scorer
are on this team?
Cal keeps telling us a lot of them. 22 for Trey Mitchell. I don't want to brag. I picked Trey Mitchell as the MVP leading scorer. I'm 1 for 1 this season. I'll take a little credit for that.
Take it.
You mentioned Edwards, 3 for 10 tonight. Need to do better there, but he did rebound and get to the free throw line. 8 rebounds. I think Mitchell might have gotten 9, might have out-rebounded by 1, but it was good that when his shot wasn't falling, he went and did other things. That's something Calipari's been preaching since he got here. So that message has clearly gotten across to Justin Edwards, and hopefully he and Wagner, their shots will start falling in the next game, which is Thursday. Almost said Tuesday. Yeah. A lot going on in UK land. We got the Tennessee Vols in town also, so hopefully all of you are at Kroger Field partying there tomorrow morning bright and early to get ready for that game. But Zach and I are going to sign off from Rupp Arena right now before they turn the lights off on us. We had a fun night. first half, couple teaching moments. Got to learn a little bit about the freshmen, but they answered the bell. Love seeing that, and they get out of here with a 23-point win. This is Drew and Zach signing off for the first Rapid Reaction of the season from Rupp Arena.